We met, we got engaged, we got married, we bought a house, we had a baby, and that was all great. We had our first son, Jake, who absolutely, perfect, great kid, no problems, bright, happy, then got pregnant for the second time. And
well, it was pretty uniform from the time she was one that she was never going to walk.
Right.
She was never going to talk.
That was really devastating. She just couldn't do all the things that other babies could do.
And then 2 years later,
Yeah.
we had Charlotte.
They say that, God never gives you anything that you can't handle. But, so okay, I can go with the one child with special needs but two, really?
You feel so lost. You feel alone and abandoned.
And stressful as a couple, too. You're so worn out at the end of the day.
Mounting medical bills, the house in New Jersey foreclosed. How are we going to pay for this? How are we ever going to help them get along and integrate? And, even how are they going to survive after we die?
We just continue to turn to God and say, I know that you have us.
Right.
We just have to believe
Right.
that you have us in your hands, because otherwise, where would we be?
God doesn't always give you what you ask for, but he will always give you what you need. And I can remember distinctly a turning point when Carrie called me and said, look, the doctors finished an exam. We talked to this other specialist, and what he told me is, yes, the girls will struggle and they have a lifetime of disabilities, but they're not going to die. And I can remember at that moment, that is the very last time in my life that I was afraid of anything.
And then within the next year, she started walking. And then within that year, she started talking, and she's pretty much never stopped after that. We've attended church ever since we moved to Belgium, but had never really found, with the language difficulties and different things like that, something that really felt like a good fit for us.
With many groups that we've been associated with, you find that point where, yeah, we're glad you're here, but we really don't know how to handle the fact that you have two people with disabilities.
Maybe you shouldn't come anymore.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't come, or maybe we should kind of find something different for those folks in your family that are different.
There are a lot of places in the world and throughout their lives that my kids have not been welcome.
Right.
And that is the hardest thing any parent can tell you, when your kid isn't invited or is made to feel less than. It kills you.
And it was never like that from the get-go at Red Rocks.
People are very accepting of the girls exactly as they are, and in fact can appreciate them as individual people, not as someone with special needs, but as Molly, she's the one with the great hug, and Charlotte's the one who is in Kids Rock every weekend. We already knew. We didn't need someone to tell us that God accepted us, but the fact that they continue, that's really the heart of everything, is that you're just accepted, period. You don't have to be a person who's happy all the time, and you don't have to be the perfect family.
At Red Rocks, it was completely welcoming and completely, you're wanted here, and we have something for you here.